Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you rare mob variants of the mobs you know and love in Minecraft. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos just like this one in the future. And so today we'll be taking a look at some of the rarest mob variants in Minecraft, like for example this massive salmon, the pink sheep, charged creepers, brown mushroom, and a whole lot more. And so we'll be starting all the way over here at the start with this very first rare mob variant, a rare mob variant of the Axolotl mob, which is this blue Axolotl. Now there are 5 different colors of Axolotl. There is the pink, gold, cyan and brown versions. But along with these 4 more common versions of Axolotl, there is one very rare type, which is the blue Axolotl, this one right over here. And so this Axolotl has a 1 in 1200 chance of appearing when breeding 2 Axolotl together, which makes it a very rare mob variant indeed. Now you may have also heard some rumors about another type of Axolotl, the green Axolotl. If you want to know more about that story, then check out the video I made on it, link is in the top right of your screen. But here we'll move on to the next rare mob variant. It's a rare mob variant of the drowned mob, and it's a drowned mob that's holding a trident. So in Minecraft Java Edition there is a 6.25% chance of a drowned spawning in with a trident, and on Bedrock Edition this is a 15% chance. And on Java there's an 8.5% chance it drops, and on Bedrock this chance is 25%. But this is not the only item a drowned can hold. It can also hold a fishing rod. Now this is quite common on Java Edition, but still only a 3.75% chance. But on Bedrock Edition there's only a 0.85% chance of a drowned spawning in with a fishing rod. And then the third item over here is the Nautilus shell. It is held in the offhand of the drowned. As you can notice here, it's in the other hand. And on Java Edition there's a 3% chance of a drowned spawning with a Nautilus shell. And on Bedrock Edition this chance is 8%. Then we will move on to the fox mob. Now, there is 2 different variants of fox. There is the regular red fox, and then there's also the snow fox. And so the snow fox only spawns inside of the grove biome and the snowy taiga biome, while the regular fox spawns in the old grove pine taiga, the old grove spruce taiga, and also the regular taiga biome. So since more of the world is covered with these 3 biomes than with the biomes that generate the snow fox, this snow fox is a rare variant of the fox. But beyond this, foxes also have the capability of holding an item in their mouth. And so this fox right here is quite rare, because foxes only have a 20% chance of actually spawning in with an item in their mouth. And then beyond that, there's only a 5% chance of that item being an emerald. This is the rarest item, but other items include rabbit's foot, rabbit hide, egg, wheat, leather and feather. And so in total there's only a 1% chance of a fox spawning in with an emerald in its mouth. Then this right here is the cold frog. Now you've probably seen this frog before, but it is actually quite rare because frogs usually only spawn inside of the swamp biome and the mangrove swamp biome. However, frogs spawning inside of a swamp will always be temperate frogs, so the orange kind. Those in the mangrove swamp will be warm frogs, so the more whitish tinted frogs. And that means that these cold frogs actually don't spawn in either the swamp or the mangrove swamp. The only way to obtain these in survival mode is by capturing tadpole in a bucket and then bringing them over to a cold biome, like for example the snowy plains or the grove or the frozen peaks biomes, and letting the tadpole grow up in one of those cold biomes. That will give you one of these cold frogs, and it makes this the rarest of the 3 frog types. Then you may have already heard the goat over here, because there's also a secret goat variant. And so in both Minecraft Java Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition there is a 2% chance that you don't have a regular goat, but that you have a screaming goat. This just means that the sounds the goat makes are replaced by screams, and we can turn the sounds up a bit to listen to these. They sound absolutely incredible. But this is not the only rare type of goat that can spawn in. No, there's another type, and that is this goat right here. It is a goat with just a single horn. So there's a 10% chance of a goat spawning in with a single horn instead of the regular 2 horns. And then from the goats, we move over to the llamas, both the regular llama and the trader llama. Now initially these might not seem like very rare mob variants, however they definitely are. And we can tell by interacting with the GUI of the llama. Here we can see that this llama can hold 15 different items if it has a chest on its back. Now that is actually not very common. Because there's only a 0.8% chance of a llama spawning in with the ability to have 15 inventory slots from its chest. So usually these llamas spawn in with the capability of holding 3, 6 or 9 items. Those are all 32.8% chance. But for both the 12 item llama and also the 15 item llama, there's only a 0.8% chance of this occurring. And the exact same thing goes for the trader llama. For these 15 slots to show up, that's only a 0.8% chance of happening when the trader llama spawns in. So next time you find a llama in your world, put a chest on them and check how many inventory slots they have. You might have found a rare mob variant right there. This right here is a rare panda variant. It is the brown panda. This is the rarest of all the different panda variants. And so where most pandas are only distinguished between the faces on them. So for example, this is an angry panda. This is a lazy panda. This is a weak panda. And this rolling panda over here is a playful panda. The brown panda is slightly different because you can see its entire texture is different instead of just its face. And so of all these different panda types, the brown one is the most rare. The next there is a rabbit. So this is the black rabbit. And it spawns in any biome except for snowy biomes and deserts. But there's only a 10% chance that it will be a black rabbit. Usually it is a brown rabbit or a salt and pepper rabbit if you find it in a biome that's not a desert or a snowy biome. So that makes this the rarest regular rabbit. However, later on in this video we'll be taking a look at 2 other types of rabbits that you may consider even more rare. And then there is this massive salmon. So as of Minecraft 1.21.2, salmon can now generate in 3 different sizes in Minecraft Java Edition. This was already a feature in Bedrock Edition for a very long time. One of the few Bedrock Edition exclusive features. I already made a video on this and some other Bedrock Edition exclusive features. Link to that is in the top right of your screen if you want to watch it right after this video. So on Bedrock Edition, we already know the percentages of these salmon spawning in the 3 different sizes. So here we go, here's the 3 different sizes right here. The small ones have a 31.5% chance of spawning, whereas the normal ones are 52.6%. And the rare ones, the large salmons, they have a 15.7% chance of spawning in when a salmon spawns in. And now they're all just items. Then we move on to maybe the most recognizable rare mob variant. It is of course the Minecraft pink sheep. So in Minecraft you can dye sheep different colors of course using dye. However, these can actually naturally spawn and they are a very rare mob variant if they spawned in naturally in your world. So sheep have an 82% chance of being white, 5% chance of being black, 5% chance of being gray, 5% chance of being light gray, 3% chance of being brown, so that's already also quite rare. But there's only a 0.16% chance of a sheep spawning in pink. And then of course a baby pink sheep would be even significantly rarer with a 0.0082% chance of spawning in your world. So moving on from one of the more well-known rare mob variants, we will switch over to one of the least known, and that is this one over here. So this is actually a spider with the invisibility effect. And so as I'm making this video, only on Java Edition there is a very small chance that a spider can spawn with a status effect. So the actual chance has to do with the regional difficulty, but these are very, very rare and can only spawn in when you're in the hard difficulty. So they can spawn with 4 different potion effects, these spiders. They can spawn in with speed, strength, regeneration and invisibility. Where speed has a 40% chance out of these different status effects. And the other 3 all have a 20% chance. So finding a spider with invisibility is significantly rare, but it can occur. And so this effect will last forever. So if you once find a spider with the invisibility effect, it will remain invisible until it dies. Over here we have a variant of the wolf. The rarest variant of the wolf is the snowy wolf. This mob only spawns inside of the grove biome near mountains. And this type is especially rare because it spawns in packs of 1. Whereas all the other wolf types spawn in packs of at least a size of 2. And can go up to a size of 4, for example, for the spotted and striped wolves. So that makes this lone snowy wolf the rarest wolf of them all. But alright, then we'll move over to villagers. These first of all are the swamp and jungle villagers. Now, the only reason these two are rare is that no villages actually spawn in these two biomes as of making this video. So neither in the swamp nor in the jungle you will find naturally generating villages unless they cross over from a different biome. And it means that the only way to obtain these two types of villagers is to actually breed two villagers in either a swamp or in a jungle. And then the third type of rare villager is the nitwit. So in Minecraft Backward Edition there is a 10% chance of a baby villager turning into a nitwit, where a nitwit is just a type of villager you can't trade with. And so beyond a regular nitwit villager, it's also possible to get a baby nitwit. It is even rarer because the only way to obtain a baby nitwit villager is to find a baby nitwit zombie villager and then cure that baby nitwit zombie villager, because baby villagers are never nitwits. Alright, then we move on to a special category of rare mob variants, and that's those you can only obtain through lightning. So the first of these is the charged creeper. If a creeper gets struck by lightning, it turns into a charged creeper. We can see it happening with this creeper right over here. If we summon in a lightning bolt, just like this, and strike the creeper with it, it turns into a charged creeper. And so this charged creeper has a larger explosion radius than a regular creeper. And so the explosion of a charged creeper can do quite a significant amount of damage. A second mob you can only get from a lightning strike is a skeleton horse. Because during thunderstorms there is a small chance of a skeleton horse trap generating. And so this chance is around 1% on easy, between 1.5 and 4 on normal, and between 2 and 7 on hard difficulty. And so the skeleton horse that appears during these thunderstorms, once approached, will turn into 4 skeleton horsemen riding skeleton horses. And once you defeat the skeleton horseman, you can actually capture and tame the skeleton horse, which is a quite special horse variant because it can actually walk underwater, unlike normal horses. Now there is another type of horse in the game, which is the zombie horse, this one right over here, but as of making this video there is no way to obtain this zombie horse in survival mode at all. And then the final mob we cover in this category is the brown Mooshroom, which, as you may expect, is obtained by getting lightning to strike a regular Mooshroom. So we have a regular Mooshroom right over here, we strike it with lightning and it turns into a brown Mooshroom. We can strike it again to turn it back into a red one as well, if we would ever want to do that for some reason. However, for this mob there's actually a second way to obtain the brown Mooshroom, and that's by just breeding two regular red Mooshroom. There will be a 1 in 1024% chance of the baby being a brown Mooshroom instead of the regular red Mooshroom. Okay, then we move on to 3 other types of special mobs, and these can only be obtained by using a name tag. So first of these is the toast rabbit. So this is actually a unique texture for the rabbit that doesn't generate naturally, and you can only get this specific texture by giving a rabbit the name tag toast, just like this. And this is actually a reference to one of the developers' girlfriend's missing rabbits that they implemented at some point in the past in the Minecraft development. Now, of course, if I'm talking about secret rabbits, there is no way I can't just mention the killer bunny, which of course is also present in the game. It's a white rabbit with red eyes. This one can only be summoned in using commands, and it's using this command right over here, rabbit type 99. If you do that, you get the killer bunny right over here. As you can see, it also has the name tag, the killer bunny. Although that cat just destroyed it. Then there is another Easter egg to do with sheep. If you name a sheep Jep underscore, just like this, then it will turn into a rainbow sheep that switches between all different colors of wool. However, it does retain its original type of wool. So if you share it, you just get that type of wool and not the one it's currently showing in-game. And then the final rare mob variant that is obtained by naming a mob is the Johnny Vindicator. So that is this mob right over here. So if you name a Vindicator Johnny, it means that they'll become hostile to pretty much any mob in the game, except for agents, evokers, ghasts, illusioners, vindicators, and pillagers. If you want to know more about these name tag Easter eggs in Minecraft, there are a few more and I've made a video covering all of them. Link to that will be in the top right of your screen to watch right after this video. Then next we have a cat. Now this right here is actually not a rare cat variant. However, in the game files of Minecraft Backward Edition, A texture was found for a very special and rare cat, which is this one right over here. It is a great tabby cat and it's not available in the game at all, it's just present in the better condition files for some reason. Alright, then right over here, this is not a shulker box, it is actually a red shulker. As you can see, we can hit this shulker, and if we kill it, it will drop some shulker shells. And if we summon it in with AI, as you can see, it is actually just a regular shulker, but now its texture is red. And of course you can do this with any of the 16 base colors in the game. But the only way to obtain these types of shulkers is again through commands. As you can see right here, you just set the color at the end over here, and you can change this to any number between 0 and 15. So let's say for example 12, then we will get a brown shulker. Awesome. Now then, of course, we need to talk about the Creaking as well. A very recent addition to the game. And there is a rare variant of the Creaking, but it can only be obtained in creative mode because it is the Creaking that is summoned in with commands or spawn eggs. It is different from the Creaking that's generated from the Creaking hard block in quite a few different ways. Because the Creaking that is spawned in from a spawn egg or a command has actually health and can be killed by hitting it, as you can see right there. Which is not how the normal Creaking works. You have to actually destroy the Creaking hard block to defeat the Creaking, and you can't damage the Creaking at all. Furthermore, Creaking spawn in with a spawn egg or a command do not vanish during the day, obviously. And they're also not linked to a Creaking hard block. And then finally, to end off this video, I of course want to mention and give a shout out to Jockey mobs, which is just a combination of two mobs, which is also very rare. There's a 1% chance of a spider spawning in with a skeleton riding on its back. And there are many more different Jockey mobs in Minecraft. I've already made a full video on this topic, so go check that out if you want. Link to that is in the top right of your screen. And then beyond this, of course, there is also mobs that can generate with armor, which are very rare, or which can summon in with a baby variant, which makes them more rare. But if I had to cover all of those, then this video would be hours and hours long, so I decided against that and mainly cover the main rare mob variants in Minecraft. If you still feel like I missed any in this video, please let me know about it in the comments down below. But anyway, there we go, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe!